When riding a mountain bike, it's really important to get the right kit, both for safety and for comfort. So here's GMBN's guide for what to wear in the bike park. The most important piece of equipment obviously is a helmet, especially before I drop in down there. I'd recommend, if you're going to a bike park somewhere where you're using ski lifts and there's lots of downhill runs, a full face helmet is a really good idea. If you're riding lots of descents, you're not going to need the open face quite so much because maybe you're not pedaling. Maybe you're riding a bit more all mountain and going outside the bike park, an open face might be okay for that, but the #1 choice for riding bike parks is a full face helmet. It's really important to find some protection that you're comfortable wearing in the bike parks. Personally, I wouldn't go anywhere near a bike park without some pretty substantial knee pads on. Other options are obviously ankle pads, elbow pads, or even full jerseys that have body armour on them. Totally down to personal preference, but I would say at the bare minimum, knee pads are what you want to wear. A hydration pack is really good to keep obviously your drinks in there, tools, lift pass, don't forget that one, a bit of spare cash and a tube, just for if you're going a little bit further on the bike park, you're going to need some spare parts. If I'm maybe sessioning downhill track on one side of the trail that finishes in a village, I maybe might think about not taking this with me, but you just got to be aware that if you do get into any issues, maybe you puncture or you have a mechanical, you're going to have to find your way off the mountain. So if I'm going any distance, I'll always take a backpack with spares. I tend to wear shorts more often than not. They're mountain bike specific shorts. I've got a pocket to put my lift pass in. They also come with a padded lining short as well, so it's nice and comfortable all day. If I'm maybe riding downhill runs over and over or it's cold, I'll think about wearing some downhill trousers. Nice and warm, but they also offer some good protection. Eye protection is a really good idea, especially in dusty or muddy conditions. Goggles work really well with full face helmets. They're designed for them to sit on the back, so they're generally the best option for those. With a cross-country style helmet, glasses are a good idea. Gloves. I realise that some of the world's top pro downhillers don't wear gloves because they say they like to feel the bar, but I would never recommend that. I always ride in full finger gloves. Really important for protecting your hand if you crash, because if you cut your hand, that's not going to be much fun to ride with. Also, you might want to think about a thicker palm of your glove to save your hands a little bit when you're riding really rough trails. If you're riding a bike park on flat pedals, a pair of shoes with a really sticky sole is going to help on the rough stuff, especially on the braking bumps. You might find that if you're wearing a normal pair of trainers, you can shuffle a bit around on your pedals, which isn't the best. If you're using clips, a nice set of downhill style shoes are comfortable and they're going to offer you more protection than a pair of cross-country shoes. The weather can change really quickly in the mountains, so it's important to have a rain jacket if you think you might be caught out in the bad weather. It's also a good idea on ski lifts where they can be really exposed and get really cold. It's currently 32 degrees in Verbier, so I'm not sure I need this on. Okay, so there's what to wear in a bike park. If you want to see more videos from our trip here to Verbier, you can click up here for the playlist, or you can click down here for our top 10 bike setup mistakes. Or click on me and this really rad, whippy wooden berm to subscribe to GMBN.